My name is Jordan Luck, and we are here outside of the Foster Tanner Band Room, which is home of the Marching 100. It also holds school ensembles such as jazz band, orchestra, and symphonic band. William Patrick Foster, the creator of the Marching 100, started working at FAMU on June 1st, 1946. Before coming to FAMU, Foster held jobs at Fort Valley State, Tuskegee University, and Lincoln High School in Springfield, Missouri. After 2 years at Tuskegee, Foster realized that they had very limited possibilities for growth, as Tuskegee did not offer a music major and students had little incentive to improve as scholarships were not available. On a trip to FAMU in the fall of 1945, President William H. Gray offered Foster the director of band's position with the intent of putting together a band good enough to put FAMU on the map. Before accepting the job, Foster and Gray had many conversations about financial resources and possible challenges they would face bringing back the band program. Foster's reasoning behind why he chose FAMU was he wanted to go to an institution where the administration was supportive, a facility for the band was there, and a scholarship program where they could offer talented black students a college education. By spring of 1946, Foster only saw 16 members, which grew to 45 by the fall and 72 by his second year at FAMU, as a result of recruitment throughout the Deep South. In February of 1948, Foster and the band started getting recognition as the band was invited to perform for the Florida Board of Governors Conference. Throughout the 1950s, Foster continued to help the Department of Music with programs such as concert choir, glee clubs, orchestra, and the jazz ensemble were created. The band played its first nationally televised performance on June 6, 1963 at the Orange Bowl Stadium, which helped expand recruitment for the band and the university. By the 1980s, the Marching 100 had over 200 members, a commercial for Welch's Grape Soda, and Foster was named to McDonald's All-American High School Band. After 52 years as a band director and 49 as the chair of the Department of Music, Foster retired on July 31st, 1998.
Completed on October 10, 1969, the Foster Tanner Music Building stands due south of the Samuel Coleman Library and houses the Florida A&M Music Department. It is a 4-story building which houses classrooms, rehearsal and practice spaces, faculty offices, and a 200-seat recital hall for use by faculty and students. Within the building also sits a technology and listening lab, which is a library space that supports courses by providing access to recordings, computer programs, and reserve materials. Also located within the building's first floor is a gallery of distinction for notable music department graduates such as the department chair Lindsay B. Sargent. Music department students and faculty have access to the Lee Hall Auditorium, a 1,200-seat concert/recital hall, and the band rehearsal hall, which is the largest band room in the Southeast. The building was later renovated in 1997.
Wow, that's a great question. You know, I had the great honor of course, playing in the band here under Dr. Foster. And during that time, you're talking about a man of stature, a man of great pedagogue as relates to music education, a man that was able to state things in such a way that would motivate you and inspire you just because he had such a great command of the King's language. And then, of course, his ability to rehearse ensembles and communicate with administration here on campus. My experiences since 2016, when I took over as the director of bands, have been very positive. Of course, it's a long-standing tradition here at Florida A&M University to have the expectations of the marching band has always been very high. I mean, we were founded, of course, on June 1st, 1946 by the late Dr. William P. Foster, who was director of bands for 58 years. And then, of course, he retired in 1998. And Dr. Judy White took over, and I served as his assistant for 12 years. And then 2013, Dr. Sylvester Young took over, and I served as his assistant for 3 years. And then I had the great fortune to become director of bands. And the experience with having worked with all those previous band directors as we performed at the Grammys with Kanye West and Jamie Foxx, and went to Paris, France, perform at Super Bowls with Prince, and just multiple performances on all levels prepared me to take over and do some of the things that we've tried to institute that are a little bit different. Like we recently performed in Carnegie Hall with the symphonic band, Wind Symphony. We also, this past year, as you know or may not know, performed at the Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California, where over 600 million people viewed the band. And then of course we have our eyes set now on the Honda Battle of Bands, and so as we continue to develop our students from a leadership perspective and continue to work on developing them as it relates to life after band, I'm very poised to institute those virtues of our band model that talks about the character, your leadership, your musicianship, your perfection of things, and just how you deal with being dedicated towards those life values that we know many of our students' families expect of them. So I'm very proud to be director of bands and continue to foster a band way of life here at the university, where we serve as ambassadors for the university, as well as we continue to enhance that game day experience with our athletic programs throughout the year.
Henry O. Tanner was the first African-American artist to gain international acclaim. He was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on June 21, 1859. He is the son of Benjamin Tanner, who would later move to Philadelphia, where he would meet and become friends with none other than Frederick Douglass. Philadelphia is also where Henry would attend the Academy of Fine Arts, where he would be the only black student at the time. He battled the obstacles of racism as he struggled being accepted. In hope of earning enough money to travel to Europe, Henry would start his own photography studio, which would turn out to be unsuccessful, but would later get a teaching job at Clark College, which is now Clark Atlantic University, after meeting Bishop Joseph Crane Hartzell, who is a trustee of the college. In 1891, Henry O. Tanner would travel to Paris, France to study at Académie Julian, and also join the American Arts Students Club. In Paris, Henry was quickly accepted as race mattered little over there. There he would make one of his most famous paintings, Daniel in the Lion's Den, which was later accepted into an official art exhibit of Académie des Beaux Arts. After a successful career of painting, being acclaimed worldwide with several of his paintings, Henry O. Tanner died peacefully at his home in Paris, France on May 25, 1937.
Hello, my name is Omari Way, and we are in the bottom floor of the Foster Tanner Art Gallery. On this wall here, we find a selection of honor records directly and indirectly influenced by the Black Power movement. People including the Boogie Down Production, Malcolm X, and Tupac. On this wall, there's a collection of over 100 posters published from the 1960s to the 1990s, issued by the organization in solidarity with the people of Africa, Asia, and Latin America, or the OSPAAL.
Hi, my name is Javante Stephens. We are at the top floor of the Foster Tanner Fine Arts Building as I give you a tour. As we reach the first part of the exhibit, we are greeted by a wall that is to the dedication of the Black Panther News Service, which was founded by Huey P. Newman and Bobby Seals in Oakland, California in 1967. As part of the exhibit, we are greeted by two glass cases which holds various books, newspapers, and magazines such as Jet. In the second wall of the exhibit, we are greeted by pictures from the Black Panther movement, such pictures such as headquarters, articles, or any type of other moments such as rallies. In the last part of the exhibit of the top floor, we are in a continuation of the last floor. These pictures consist of such people such as Angela Davis, Don Cox, and Olive Morris. After a successful career from both William P. Foster and Henry O. Tanner, their lives will forever be remembered as they are a part of FAMU's campus.